I'd like to call the meeting of the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees, October 23rd at 6:36 p.m. If we, do we have anyone for invocation? Okay. If not, can we all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Gonzalez? Trustee Henson?
Present.
Trustee Horn?
Here.
Trustee Rakes?
Present.
Trustee Wilson?
Here.
Trustee Udris?
Present.
Okay. In the absence of mayor, I would like to have a motion for you all to select the mayor pro tem
I'll make that motion.
for.
Douglas Horn.
I'll second.
Second.
I'll third.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
It's all yours.
Thank you, trustees, for your vote of confidence in me to run this meeting efficiently. So our first item to discuss or on the agenda is the open to the public. Agenda items only. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. You must come to the platform and give your name. Is there anyone for that tonight? No takers? Consent agenda? Have a motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Great. And our clerk's report, do you have anything for us tonight?
I sure do. Thank you so much. First on the report, the deadline has passed for anyone to register to vote online. So if anyone would still like to register to vote, you may do so during the early voting grace period time, as well as on election day. The remainder dates for and times for this week at Governor State University will be on Thursday and Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and then on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, October 27th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., the 28th through November 1st, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., November 2nd, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., November 3rd, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then at University Park Library for the remainder of this week, Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. October 26th will be 10 a.m. to 12 noon, 28th through October 31st, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., November 1st, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and November 2nd, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Also, the Senior Cafe at New Hope is having their fall winter bingo on tomorrow morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And of course, it's going to be a really awesome time. Just wear your cozy favorite fall sweater. Also, on tomorrow, they're going to have someone come that will be able to discuss transportation and different other needs for senior services and telephone reassurance. They also will help with learning how to do more things with computers and technology. On October 31st, they're having their Oktoberfest, which is a pumpkin decorating contest. That will be at New Hope from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. They have food, games, and prizes. The suggested donation is $4, which as of November 1st will change to $5, a suggested donation. And last but not least, the Creek Monee High School football team, they have put out the call because this is their last regular season football game on Friday and potentially their last game ever on their current field. So they are asking for Warrior Nation to come and pack the house on Friday night as they take on Kankakee for the Southland Athletic Conference Championship. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. End of report.
Just for clarification, there are no early voting dates or times in Monee itself, correct?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
And Mayor's report, on there is a discussion regarding or approval regarding our tax levy. So I'll need a motion for that.
I make a motion of not raising it.
Can we have a second on
I'll
that?
second that.
Any discussion on that?
Do we need to talk about this, Ruben? Can we clarify, Larry, once again?
Tax levy.
that we're voting once again for the 5th straight year.
There is no increase per se. So we do not need a public hearing.
Microphone.
I'm sorry. If you go over 5% levy, then you need a public hearing. We're not doing that. We're keeping the levy in the same place, and this will not affect any services. And I believe the levy will also not affect the rebate to the homeowners. So it's basically what we've done for the last, I believe, 3 or 4 years.
This will be the 5th, yeah.
And I'll just say this to our audience and to the other trustees. This is a great selling point to people when you're out and about in other areas talking about the great things that are happening in Monee, this being one of them, also the tax rebate and the infrastructure improvements, and people are shocked. They really are, because they don't hear about these things of the freezing of the tax levy and the rebates. So it's a great talking point for people to come down here and take a look, and affordable housing as well. So we can take a vote on this.
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udress?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes. All right, very good. And let's kick it over to our Administrator Batista. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. First item under my report. First of all, good evening, everyone. First item, Main Street Water Main Project. This is pay request number 2. It's a partial payment to Iroquois Paving Corporation. The village has received pay request number 2 from Iroquois Paving for the above referenced project. The invoice has been reviewed by staff and Robinson Engineering and has found the work to be in substantial compliance with all plans and specifications. Therefore, we would recommend that Iroquois Paving is entitled to a payment of $331,881.30. And the summary is the total earned to date, $884,098.50, less a 10% retention of $88,409.85, for a subtotal of $795,688.65. There was a previous payment of $463,807.35, so the amount due this request is $331,881.30. For the action request is a motion to approve pay request number 2 to Iroquois Paving in the amount of $331,881.30.
So moved.
Second.
Iroquois has been nothing but good to us. They've got everything done on time and everything, for the most part, just really been kicking butt, getting stuff done. I appreciate them.
Yes, sir.
Any other discussion? Take a vote.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udress?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. Next item is Village Hall Remodel Project. This is pay request number 3 from PSI. The village has recently received pay request number 3 from PSI for work completed on the new Village Hall Remodel Project. The invoice has been reviewed by staff and found to be in compliance with all plans and specifications. So far, the work completed is $329,912.62, less a 10% retention of $32,739.15. Net completed to date is $297,173.47, less a previous bill of $258,512.77. The amount due this request is $38,660.70. Board action request is a motion to approve pay request 3 to PSI in the amount of $38,660.70.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote.
Trustee Udress?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. Next item, Police Department vehicle purchase for 2 squads. This is through the South Suburban Purchase Cooperative. Chief Kerner has recently reported to the Board in the last budget meetings the need to purchase 3 new squads during this fiscal year. These purchases are structured to replace and supplement an aging fleet and provide vehicles needed to supplement his growing department. Attached to your board packet, you'll find 2 invoices provided by Chief Kerner for the 2024 Chevrolet Tahoe Police Utility Squads from Curry Motors in the amount of $57,064.00 for each vehicle, for a total amount of $114,128.00. If approved, this purchase would be made through the South Suburban Purchase Cooperative. Additionally, this purchase has been budgeted for fiscal year 2025. Board action requests a motion to approve the purchase of 2 police squad vehicles from Curry Motors in the amount of $114,128.00.
So moved.
Make that
Second.
motion.
Discussion?
Yes. Chief, was this the order we put in a while ago? Is this that same one?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is this an addition, or is this to replace older squads, or both?
This is just the annual rotation. This will replace.
Rotate 2 out?
Okay. 2 in, 2 out.
And what will you do with those 2 that are leaving service?
I was going to say we're going to sell them for our coffee fund, but they'll actually, one is probably going to be junk, the other one will probably go to EMA.
Okay, thank you. Vote on this?
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. Next item, Public Works New Construction Project, pay request number 5 to PBS. The village has received pay request number 5 from PBS for the Public Works New Construction Project for pay period ending on September 26, 2024, in the amount of $736,774.55. All the invoices and supporting documentation for payment have been reviewed and certified by Farnsworth Group for village staff and meet the plans and specifications according to the contract. The board action requests a motion to approve pay request number 5 to PBS for the pay period ending September 26, 2024, in the amount of $736,774.55.
Make that motion.
Any discussion? I'll just say that construction is going along quite well on this, and we'll have some photos that we took yesterday, which will be during my report. So a vote on this?
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakes?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. Next item is Fireman's Park Infrastructure Project. This is pay request number 3, Iroquois Paving Corporation. If I can just quickly give a reminder, the Fireman's Park Infrastructure Project and the OSLID grant are 2 separate projects that's happening simultaneously in Fireman's Park, and it's easy to get confused with the billing and the projects. So as a reminder, the infrastructure project dealt with the football field, the drainage, the sprinklers, the old system being ripped out, the new sprinkler system being put in, and running the drainage into our pond behind Public Works facility. So that is all part of the infrastructure project, and Iroquois Paving was the vendor that won the award for the project. The second one, Fireman's Park, is Phase 1, and that's through the OSLID grant, and that's handling all of the amenities and structure, the parking lot, and work that's being done all around the baseball fields and so on, just so for clarification, because that's the next bill that's coming up. So the village has received pay request number 3 from Iroquois Paving Corporation for the above referenced project. This invoice is from pay period February 27th through May 31st of 2024, and has been reviewed by staff and Farnsworth Group and found the work to be in substantial compliance with all the plans and specifications. We recommend that Iroquois Paving is entitled to payment in the amount of $162,084.55. And at this point, the contract price with the change orders is $533,536.91, less a previous payment of $344,775.51. Amount due this payment is $162,084.55. Total amount completed is $506,860.06, with a 5% retention and balance remaining of $26,676.85. Board action request is a motion to approve pay request number 3 to Iroquois Paving Corporation in the amount of $162,084.55.
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, and speaking of infrastructure and Iroquois paving and parking lots and all of that, is there any update, or have we heard what's going on with the ComEd and the parking lot the second half of the parking lot being able to be finished?
So we have met with ComEd. You want to give an update for that, Ed?
We do not have a schedule or a confirmed date from ComEd, but a conduit was installed under that parking lot so that they don't have to wait for ComEd. They can go ahead and move forward with their schedule and get that parking lot done. We're hoping it'll be done this winter, or before the winter.
Before winter.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Vote?
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. And the last item is Fireman's Park Phase 1 construction, and this is pay request number 5 from PSI. The village has received the attached pay request number 5 from PSI for the above referenced project. Farnsworth Group and the village staff have reviewed this invoice and found the work to be in substantial compliance with all the OSLID grant requirements, engineering plans, and specifications. This payment request is for work completed during the pay period of September 30th through October 14th, 2024. The amount certified for payment is $54,417.66. Board action request is a motion to approve pay request number 4 to PSI in the amount of $54,417.66 for work completed during the pay period of September 30th through October 14th of 2024.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? Let's take a vote.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. End of report.
Okay, let's go to our officials' reports. I'll start with that, with Public Works. And the first thing is the Monee Manhattan Lighting Project. Utility Dynamics is scheduled to be in town the week of October 28th to finish the last few bases and run conduit in front of Burger King. Replacement of the missing sidewalk squares will be completed at that time as well. And then we have a reconstruction project that's going on at Industrial Drive and Cleveland Avenue. And there we go. There's our culvert that's being put in just east of the entrance to the Mobile One distribution facility. So if you have to go to the vet, you can get through. If you need to get down the road, you have to go the other way through Cleveland Avenue. This phase of the project is expected to be completed by the end of this week. IPC is providing road closure updates as often as needed to keep staff and stakeholders appraised of changing traffic patterns. And now here's some pictures of the new DPW facility. No, that's a cat. Oh, I'm sorry, we got one more. Oh, I'm sorry, one more picture of the, sorry, okay. Yes, we want to run through all the pictures there, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
There's Public Works.
Okay, there's a DPW, and you can scroll through these while I'm talking, so we can be efficient. The new DPW facility is nearly under roof. Roof construction is expected to be completed by the end of this week. Concrete floors will be poured in the coming weeks. The goal, of course, is to have the exterior fully enclosed before cold weather sets in so that they can do interior work through the winter months. So that's looking really nice, coming along very nice. Very pleased with that. And then yard waste and leaf collection, branch pickup is ended for 2024. The next scheduled date will be April 7th. During the winter months, DPW will only pick up branches in response to severe weather events. Those events will be scheduled as needed. Republic Services, however, will continue to pick up leaves and other yard waste through the end of November. Yard waste can be placed in paper craft bags or separately in containers marked with a yard waste sticker. And I think we have those stickers here at Village Hall, I believe, right? I think that's how you get them. So put those on your cans if you need it. But you don't need to buy special paper bags for that. You can just have a container as long as it's marked. So that's the end of my report, and so now we'll go to Trustee Gonzalez with Parks and Rec.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. For Parks and Rec, a few things. Today was a wonderful senior luncheon. Fun times were had by all. And in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it was the focus today, and also to recognize our own fighter, Diana. And this Friday, of course, is Halloween happenings on the 25th from 5:30 to 7:30. And there's 20 trunks entered for trunk or treat, and no more entries will be able to fit there. There's free hot dogs with goodie bags while supplies last. There's hay rides, and of course, our bonfire and the costume contests. So please come and celebrate our Halloween happenings. And then also is our spooky house drive-through. So if you, there's a ton of Halloween decorated homes in the subdivisions. If you want to register your address, much like we do for the garage sales, if you wanted to register your address so neighbors can drive around and come see the spooky Halloween decorations, just please call Parks and Rec at 708-534-8302 to register those addresses, and those addresses will be posted on the Parks and Rec Facebook page, so you know where to go look for those spooky houses. And of course, this is the 150th year for the Monee. Did you hear about that? Yeah. So we also there's a bunch of 150th merchandise available. So for stocking stuffers and actually for posterity's sake, there's a ton available. So if you wanted to go onto the village website and look for this page for the catalog, if you will, there's a ton of really cool merchandise available for you. End of report.
Thank you. Trustee Gonzalez? Excuse me. Thank you, Trustee Gonzalez. And Finance over to Trustee Rakes.
Thank you, Doug. I have no report tonight. That's it.
All right, thank you. And Trustee Wilson with Economic Development.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Under Unite Monee, next Tuesday, October 29th at 10 a.m., Voortman Still, a global industrial manufacturer with headquarters in the Netherlands, will hold their official groundbreaking ceremony for their first U.S.-based manufacturing and assembly plant and office right here in Monee. Phase 1 of this facility is located on 27 acres and will include a 100,000 square foot fabrication shop and 20,000 square foot office with global technical support. This event will be held at 25715 South Ridgeland Avenue in Monee. We invite the public to come out and attend this event next week. So mark your calendars for Tuesday, October 29th at 10 a.m. if you're available. Next, Starbucks and Dollar Tree development is moving along and is on track for its opening scheduled in March of 2025. Under Magnified Monee, it is not only Halloween, October 31st, but can you guess what else it is? It is WGN Hometown Day, all day for the village of Monee. So on 7:20 a.m. and radio station 7:20 a.m. and online at WGNradio.com. So tune in for interviews with our own very own mayor, local businesses, and others. So this is taking place Halloween, October 31st, WGN Monee Hometown Day all day, 7:20 a.m. Radio station, tune in. For those who are looking for other things to do, make sure for the trunk or treat events, I don't want to steal your thunder, Trustee Gonzalez, just participate, come on out. It's always a good time. It's a good, safe time. We encourage that everyone take full access of what we have to offer, because it's it's a nice time, especially we got the nice pavilion over there. I know we got a little bit of construction, but come out, celebrate, and get some candy and hang out. So, as always, when available, shop Monee. End of report.
Thank you, Mike. The address on that groundbreaking, 25715, what street is that? Ridgeland, okay.
Ridgeland, yes.
Very good. All right, thank you. And building services over to trustee Henson.
No report this week, Mayor Pro Tem.
All righty, and public safety with trustee Udris.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. A couple things tonight. First, from our Emergency Management Agency. On October 15th, EMA monitored the Monee Elementary Teachers' Night Out at McDonald's for traffic concerns. No further action was needed, and EMA monitored the event for approximately 3 hours. Monee EMA received a 2011 F-250 pickup truck from Public Works. Uplifting has begun, and all work is being done in-house by EMA and DPW, providing a substantial savings for us in the village. And lastly, for EMA, antenna cable installation and radio tests were being performed at the new Village Hall. It's EMA's goal to have the EMA office operational on day one of the Village Hall being open. And for our police department, Chief Kerner just returned from the International Chiefs Conference, which was attended by over 6,000 chiefs from 175 countries. The conference offered over 200 seminars on the latest technology and applications. Highlights included a briefing session with the Homeland Security Director, Mayorkas. Our chief also attended classes on recruitment and retention, mental health monitoring, as well as 3 different mass shooting debriefs. Vendor meetings were held with software companies to improve field training and officer standards record keeping. Drones were at the forefront of the advanced technology presentations and are logically going to be a major part of future policing. Chief also sat in one of Bell's newest law enforcement helicopters. The vendor unfortunately could not guarantee a price to the chief that Trustee Horn would approve of, so maybe next budget. And otherwise, it was a very beneficial weekend. And just lastly, wanted to take a moment with Halloween coming up next week, just a reminder of some Halloween safety. If you're driving through town on Halloween, please slow down. We have enough complaints on our side streets of people drag racing up and down our streets and blowing stop signs. This is not the night to do it. We're going to have kids out, families out, walking around, so make sure that you're being observant of who's around and being prepared to stop and being prepared to, to avoid an accident. Also, people and kids come into your houses, just a reminder to smile and be kind. This is a great way to meet your neighbors, great way to meet the kids in the block, and enjoy some great costumes from the kids. As parents, I want to remind you to watch your kids as it gets dark. Reflective stripe, tape, clothing, whatever for costumes is real beneficial to help them be seen. The same thing with masks, to really try to keep those to a minimum to, make sure that you're doing the best to keep them as visible and let them see as much as they can. But overall, have a great night, enjoy it. I enjoy seeing all my neighbors and the costumes that their kids come up with. So have a great night and happy Halloween to everybody. End of report.
Thank you, sir. Let's go over to our attorney right now. He has some items.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. The first item is a TIF payout request to Seafrieden Industrial Properties. It indicates $15,350, but it should be $45,837.14. These numbers have been verified by Daryl. It's up for the board's review and approval. I'm sorry, $45,837.14.
Okay, motion for that? Excuse me, motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, let's take a vote.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. The next item, again, is a TIF payout request. This is to Dubin Singer DG Monee Governors LLC. The amount is $27,258.08. In parentheses, it does say Dollar General, but it's not going to them. The Dubin firm is the one who did the infrastructure, bought the land, and we did reach an agreement with them 3 or 4 years ago. So the amount would be $27,258.08.
Make that motion.
Second.
Discussion.
Now, as you said, that goes to the people that
Yes, sir.
develop the
The one
property,
who
not to
bought
Dollar
it,
General.
developed it, put the infrastructure in. Nothing goes to Dollar General.
Yeah, they've been pretty problem riddled, so.
I understand.
All right, thank you.
Okay, vote.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. The next item is a TIF payout request. This is to Chicago 9 Industrial Cleveland LLC. They're located at 26051 South Cleveland. The amount due is $551,587.99. Once again, I believe Daryl has reviewed the numbers and found them to be appropriate. It's up for the board's review and consideration.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Vote.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you, Mayor Pro Tem. The next item for board's review and consideration is an IGA between the Village of Monee and Will County. This is regarding the maintenance and energy of traffic signals at the intersections of Monee Manhattan Road with Ridgeland Avenue and the entrance to 6605 West Monee Manhattan Road. This replaces a previous agreement that was entered into by the parties, but I believe has been reviewed by Jeff, found it to be acceptable, just so the board's informed. The village routine maintenance will be the county obligation. Monee's liable for the energy cost, and it spells out the same terms as it was in the previous agreement, but it is up for the board's review and consideration.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
In other words, we pay for the electricity, they pay for the maintenance,
Yes,
in
sir.
a nutshell.
Is 6605 West Monee, is that Manhattan, is that Amazon? Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Vote on this?
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. The next item is authority to execute a stormwater management exclusive easement agreement. This is for 5812 and 5828 Monee Manhattan Road. This is the Starbucks project. We need to have this signed and delivered to the county. But it's up for the board's review and consideration to authorize the mayor to execute the same on behalf of the Village of Monee.
Make that motion.
Second.
Discussion? Take a vote?
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. The next item, as we discussed previously about the tax levy, it's up for tonight for the ordinance levying taxes for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2024 and ending April 30th, 2025. As we indicated, there is no increase in the levy, and also the services are not affected. Therefore, it's up for the board's review and consideration.
Make that motion.
Second.
Discussion?
5 years and rolling.
Go ahead. What's your vote?
Trustee Henson?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Rakis?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
2068.
Okay. Thank you, council. Anything else on yours?
No, sir.
Okay. Any unfinished business? Any new business? And then let's go to open to the public, non-agenda items. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. You must come to the podium and give your name. Any takers for that? Okay. And I know we have on the agenda executive session. It is my understanding that that will be canceled for tonight? Okay. Okay. All right, and so can we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on that? No? Okay.
Trustee Horn.
Yes.
Trustee Rakis.
Yes.
Trustee Wilson.
Yes.
Trustee Udris.
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Henson.
Yes.
7-11.
And thank you. Have a good evening.